This is too difficult for it to be fun for stream. That's what this. Hold on, I'm muting TTS. Okay, this is the thing that I've learned when it comes to games. Okay, I really like playing games that are difficult and take a lot of effort, but people in chat get frustrated because they people who are watching me play video games are watching me with the video games being like an enjoyable background element, with the conversation being the main thing. But if the game is too difficult, then I need to focus more on it, and more stuff gets repeated, and it becomes less of the background, but more of the focus. Sorry, I just looked at YouTube chat. I don't think it's the difficulty, it's just a bad and boring game. What is wrong with you people? Oh my god, you're all so stupid. Oh my god, dude. Oh, I want to play it more just to spite you now. I hate you. Oh. Okay, here's what we need to do. The problem here is that I tend to be... I'm not really good at doing things that I don't want to do. I know that is something everyone can agree with, but different people are better at doing it. And both autism and ADHD can make it pretty difficult to do things you don't want to do. So I cannot stream unless I want to do the thing that I'm streaming. And normally, I like streaming. I love streaming. I love it a lot, more than any other job I could ever have. But if I'm going to play a game, I need to be in the mood for that game, because I'm not good at getting myself to play a game with a, like, it's my job mentality, you know? So the problem is that, like, Halo 1 and 2 are interesting. I promised Halo 3. I don't want to play Halo 3 right now. Like, I just don't. I don't think we should finish Fury on stream, because that also fits in the category of it being difficult enough that it makes for bad stream content. Like, we're doing Fury on Furier difficulty, and I'm already halfway through the boss list. Those later bosses are going to demand a lot of skill on my part. And I'm not, like, amazingly good, you know? Like, I'm not so good that I can just, like blaze my way through that, you know? I have to, like, I have to, like, grind and suffer to get through that shit. I've played Signalis, Breadlord. Yeah. So we need a balance here where the game is mechanically engaging enough that I feel like it's interesting and fun and, you know, engaging, but not so much so that it is, like, destructively difficult. We kind of ran into this problem a bit with Halo as well, where some of the parts of Halo 2 especially were difficult enough on Heroic that it, like, actually kind of slowed me down and slowed the stream down. Yakuza is a good option, man. Playing Yakuza 0. But here's the other issue. We can't play games on stream that are narrative, but also fucking take forever. This is why I couldn't do like Persona 5, because I know that game is like a billion hours to finish. You can never do Persona 5. Like, an infinite length of time to complete that shit. So it needs to be a game that can be, like, finished, you know? Like I can finish it. And I know, if I know that I wanted to, like, maybe do the main content on stream, but side content off stream, then it would be like people would get mad because their favorite side quest got done off stream. And keep in mind, I like playing games alone, too. A lot of people who play video games only do it on stream. Like, to just off, candidly, I don't think Hassan or Destiny play games off stream, right? Like, if Destiny plays games, he will boot up the stream, sit there, not say anything for 40 minutes, and play the fucking game. If Hassan is playing games, it's because he's assembled together a crew of clout sharks to all scream into their mic whenever Valorant happens or whatever. I play games, like, a lot on my own, and a lot of those games are not good for stream at all. They're either too difficult, or, like, I just want to have something in the background while I achievement farm or listen to a podcast. You know what I mean? So if I was gonna play like Yakuza 0, maybe it's like 20 hours to just get to the end, but I might want to do 60 hours of shit, right? Like, I might want to spend more time on it. And if I did that off stream, part of it off stream, then I feel like people get mad at me. But maybe there's parts of it I do want to do on stream, you know? The problem you're running into is that narrative games also often have a decently long runtime because dialogue and shit take a certain amount of time. Yeah, I've also never played a dialogue game on stream because I worry that my chat wouldn't be good for it. Okay, hold on for a second, okay? So this is something that I noticed while playing Outer Wilds. The thing that I noticed is you guys suck, and I hate you. One of the so this is no secret by now. I really like the streamer Joseph Anderson. I'm a huge fan of his. Like, I'm parasocial about it. He recently played the game AI: The Somnium Files, which I enjoyed watching him play a lot. Actually, I thought it was a pretty enjoyable viewing experience. But one of the one of the things I enjoy the most about his streams is that when you're watching them, you also get to watch chat. And his chat is really good at playing company to the kinds of games Joseph Anderson plays. So if Joseph Anderson is playing a game that has a lot of spoken dialogue and a lot of narrative, his chat will chill out and not try to talk with him directly. His chat doesn't spoil. Normally, if he says something where he's kind of like indicating, like he's guessing at what might happen in a plot, chat will just kind of like riff with it and not actually try to give him answers. And I thought, like, why can't my chat be like this? And the reason for that is because this is a politics chat. Joseph Anderson has streamed video games exclusively for 5 years. Everyone who watches him live is like very like experienced with a specific way of engaging with his content. It's not that you guys are worse or dumb or anything. It's that you guys are used to a stream environment where I will directly react to what chat is saying all the time. No matter what game I'm playing. I could be playing Fury and like fucking 3,000 like button presses a second, and then I will still look at chat and die in game because somebody in chat just asked me for my opinion on like the Zapatistas or whatever. So I don't actually know how well chat would handle a narrative game, because I'd be worried where like I would say something like, dude, why did this character do this? That's so, I don't get it. Why was he, is it because of this? And what I would want in my head is for chat to be like, oh, you'll see, who knows? But I know what would actually happen is chat would go like, oh no, don't worry. In chapter 17, he reveals his intentions, which is, and then they would like do that. Because this happened all the time with Outer Wilds, and the mods had to ban a ton of people to keep chat usable for me during that time. Like a lot of people. And I don't blame you guys, because a lot of the time, like the people in chat who are doing that have literally never watched a video game stream before. So I can't blame you. A lot of the people who did that literally have not only have they never watched a game stream before, they don't play video games. Even Destiny started as a game streamer and plays games proportional to the amount of time he streams far more often than I do. I think proportional to the amount of time he streams, I'm closer to Hassan in terms of how often I play games. I might even play games less often than he does. So it's not really fair of me to expect you guys to have like this immediate understanding of the etiquette of being a live stream chatter. You know what I mean? So it's like an environmental thing. And yeah, I thought, like, can I train chat? Is there any way to like work with chat and get better at this stuff? Because I've seen like what Joseph Anderson will do, which I really, really like, is he'll like take breaks in between games. I apologize for using him as like my main reference here, but the reason I am is because Joseph Anderson does not play forever games. He plays narrative games, and then he's done. Like most game streamers will have a game they play a lot, like a roguelike or League or Valorant or whatever. But for him, like if you go to here, if you view all recent broadcasts, here we go. Like he played all of the Life is Strange games. He would play one game, take a break of a couple days, play the next, take a break, play the next. Every stream would be like entirely dedicated to playing the game with only 1 or 2 breaks. He would also, and I really like this by the way, show fan art at the beginning of the streams. Not all of them. Maybe if I luck out I can. Yeah, like his community will do just dumb little drawings that'll show off, which is really cute, you know. But the reason I like this is that there's a very strong focus on approaching the game as like a goal in and of itself, rather than what I do, which is I play games on stream when I want to relax and just have TTS come in or whatever. So do you guys understand how there's kind of like a dissonance in my preferences here? On one hand, I appreciate the game streams because they're relaxing. TTS is obviously lucrative for me, and so on. But I also like the idea of treating the game streams as a goal in and of themselves, a specific and dedicated thing to care about because we want to experience the game together and not just like as an offhand thing. But that requires a different approach from me and from you guys. For narrative games, it would mean no TTS, of course, because like the TTS would talk over the characters. It might be possible to have TTS running sometimes for some games. Like, I imagine that in games like, say, Persona, you would probably have, like, narrative segments, but there would also be, like, an hour of time during which you would, like, just kind of farm up or, like, just go through a dungeon, and the only, like, dialogue would be, like, the quips that play at the beginning of a fight or whatever, and TTS could run over that, but for most of it, you couldn't really have that. But I'm not playing Persona 5. That game takes ages to beat. You guys get what I'm talking about, right? Like Psychonauts, that was a great experience. Yes, yeah. The Psychonauts was a lot of fun because we played that very straightforwardly, and we respected the narrative element. You know, that was a lot of fun. I liked that a lot. Um, can I find those VODs? If I just Google Vaush Psychonauts, maybe because I would have left it in my stream title. No, of course not, because I have those videos unlisted. Maybe I could fix that in the future. If you like Return of the Obra Dinn, you should play Case of Golden Idol. Yeah. But we can't do puzzle games on stream. That would be infuriating. But you all get what I'm talking about, right? I really wish you would your gaming streams in their own separate playlist. Yeah, the problem with that is that streams are very rarely exclusively for games. Sometimes we'll jump to a politics thing in the middle of a game stream, and oftentimes I'll open with politics because then we'll have more viewers as we do the games. Because viewership will always be higher for the politics than for the streams that are just games. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to handle that exactly. Outer Wilds is how I found you, Vaush. That is interesting, but hey, happy you stuck around. You should try Before Your Eyes, great indie narrative game. There are a lot of games like that I want to play. Should I just try Yakuza 0? I mean, I'm tempted. I've always wanted to. I actually don't have anything about it spoiled for me. I know you have the original Yakuza series, and then Yakuza 0 is a prequel that served as like an entry point for a lot of people. Um, you know? Yeah. It's pretty decent for a beat 'em up. Well, the reason people enjoy Yakuza 0 isn't because of the combat, right? Like people talk about like a lot of stuff that isn't that. Yakuza 0 is like 90 hours. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Um that's a long time. If you're only focusing on the main objectives, Yakuza 0 is about 31 hours in length. That's like 8 game streams if I never do any side content. Like, that is so long. And then it's 140 hours for 100% completion, which I might not go for, but like, god damn, dude. But it's so good. Yeah, but that's the difficulty, right? That's the challenge with a lot of these games. The amazing thing about Yakuza is that the side content is canon, so the whole world feels well fleshed out because of it. Yeah, but that's the difficulty with regards to the time invested. That's exactly what I mean. That's the difficulty. It's like, well, shit, you know. Now, if you really want to, because if the side content is that high of quality, like you wouldn't want to skip past it, you know. And I can't play a 140-hour game on stream, or even half that. That's a huge length of time. Um, God of War. The God of War games might be better candidates because you could skip past the side stuff. Dishonored? Dishonored might be a bit better. Yeah, I think you can beat a God of War game in about 20 hours if you're just like moving ahead. But I never just move ahead when I play games on my own. I always try to um I always try to get, you know, I engage with the side content for the most part. It takes me a while to beat a game usually. Um Hold on. God of War 2018 because I haven't played 2018. Length. Main story 21 hours, completionist 52 hours. That's a lot more doable. Main story 21 hours, completionist 52 hours, all playstyle average 34 hours. That's a lot more doable. I would also have to get over my ego and stop playing these games at the highest possible difficulty. If I'm trying to do it mostly as a narrative thing and not as like a mechanical completionist thing, then there wouldn't really be a point in playing it at the hardest difficulty. What's the hardest difficulty? Give me God of War? Yeah, it would take longer. But then I wouldn't want the combat to be boring. Have I played Black Mesa? It's a great remake. Yeah. Oh, maybe Prey? I've beaten Prey. God of War 2018 is miserable in the highest difficulty. Okay, maybe not that, you know. Who keeps talking about Chrono Trigger? Um, Bayonetta or Metal Wolf Chaos? Bayonetta play time length. 11 and a half hours. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot more doable. That's if you're, you know, assuming a bit of leeway, we can think maybe like 3 streams. Average 13 hours. Yeah, that could be done in 3 streams. Yeah. You have to be economical about this stuff because, like, I know I'm going to get distracted or, like, I'm going to be busy with stuff. I'm busy this next week, too. I have stuff planned. We have to get ready for the new cat on Friday. There's a tattoo, not for me, for Vermin. Bayonetta and Devil May Cry are both real good for this. Okay. You guys, you would stick around for me if we tried playing a game more seriously? Like if we like it wouldn't just be talking with chat while a game happens in the background. Like I would want to listen and pay attention. Because I'm really trying to kind of broaden my media experiences here a little bit. I watched a movie, The Lighthouse, recently, and that was fun. It's just mostly when I play games, I play very like crunchy, dedicated mechanical experiences. And I'm pretty good at them, but there's more to it than that. Honestly, not really, Vaush. I mostly watch you for your politics/react videos/debates. Well, I'd be reacting to the content of the game, so there's that. But yeah, that's true, Unorthodox Monkey. Okay, well, will you be on screen? Well, yeah. It just seems like a bit of a waste to me that of all the games we've played together, we very rarely talk about those games. The only times that I remember us doing that were mostly Outer Wilds and the Psychonaut streams. Can anyone think of any other games we've played that we dedicated so much of our attention to that we focused on it on its own? I guess Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Yeah, that's yeah. Oh, Resident Evil 7 was good. Hello. The Resident Evil games were pretty fun, I think. Because the Resident Evil games did have a lot of mechanical stuff to bite into, but they were also very interesting in a narrative sense. Resident Evil 7 was a lot of fun. Pardon me. He's purring so hard. He looks so happy as he purring. He's always purring when I hold him. What about Red Dead Redemption 2? Is that a joke? Imagine playing through all of Red Dead Redemption 2? Fuck that. You kidding me? My God. We would never be done with it. Play Pathologic 2. See, this is the thing. I would actually say that Pathologic 2 would be a good a good thing to play in this line. The problem is that the overwhelming majority of text is not voiced in Pathologic 2. I would have to read it out loud, including my response options, and the problem is everyone talks like a fucking playwright, which means that it would literally take, and I'm not kidding here, hundreds of thousands of spoken words on my part just to keep along with the speech, not even to react to it or to give my opinions on it, including do voice acting. I do not think I could do that. Like physically, I don't think I could do that. Better to do an audiobook? Better to do 2 audiobooks for that. Hold on. Pathologic to word count. 250,000 words. That's equivalent to War and Peace. Twice over. Yeah. Did you play Control? I did play Control, yes. And I ruined Control for myself, too, because I did that same fucking mechanical thing. You know, like, ooh, you know, let's, like, test these mechanics to the highest order. I should have just focused on the narrative. War and Peace is 587,000 words. Oh, sorry. That's equivalent to 2 volumes from War and Peace, not War and Peace twice over. Sorry, I thought it said 2 volumes of, not from. Okay, I've never read War and Peace. Obviously. I think you just have to rip the Band-Aid off. Let's start with God of War. Okay, I think the first thing we need to do is we need to, like... I think we need to clear our schedule, okay? I kind of don't want to play Halo 3. I had a lot of fun with Halo 1 and 2. I don't know if I don't know. I enjoyed it. But there are other shooters that I like more. Maybe we could revisit it, but it makes me not want to do game streams when I think like, oh, I've got a game I'm not necessarily interested in ahead of me. As for the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance DLC, I never hear anybody talk about it. Is it really worth the time and interest? Like, I hear a lot of people talk about the main game and its content. No, okay. It shows off Minstrel's assets. Okay, or Mistrals, sorry, not Minstrels. Why does what we want matter now? Well, what I want to do is I want to do a fresh start, you know? I want to do like I want to like get back into it, you know? With treating game streams like properly and not like just a thing that I do when I know I should probably stream but don't want to do like dedicated politics. We have to treat it seriously. We have to consider this a valid and meaningful part of the stream in and of itself and not just like an off or side thing. We'll still find time for like TTS or talking or whatever. Plenty, I'm sure. It's not like I ever shut the fuck up. But, you know, I think, yeah. Why not play the Metro Exodus DLCs? Because I don't want to. The Metro Exodus DLC, the Metro Exodus is done. It literally ended with the death of the main character. Gotcha, Flevier. Then that seems like something I'd rather do myself, if it's not like the loud, frenetic, mimetic shit that I got used to. I've played Hyper Light Drifter, Kikanox. Deus Ex would be good too. I have played Deus Ex, but it would be fun to do a redo maybe at some point. You got the bad ending to Metro Exodus? Did I? Probably. Whatever. I've gotten the good ending on my own time. That was the second time I played through it. I think, yeah, you know, I think we should do, I think we should do Bayonetta. Yeah, I think we should.